a funny bunch. And yeah, a lot of magicians are quite socially awkward, shall we say, without being too harsh. But yeah, magicians are certainly a weird bunch. Not the comics are, but magicians are definitely an odd crowd, shall we say.
Yeah, well, a professional magician who was studying Golia with told me that, like, to get really good at it, you just spend all your time in a room practicing the tricks again and again.
Yeah, definitely. If you do sleight of hand, definitely. I mean, there are people who be going. Yeah, there's a card magician on Facebook who's well known. He'll do 6 hours a day for kind of 20 years. Those guys are really good, which is fine. You know, that's certainly that's sleight of hand. That's not my style, but the sleight of hand guys are amazing. They'll spend hours and hours and hours learning the sleights and the kind of card tricks and that. And it's certainly, yeah, you've been locked away in your room for years and years, and they're amazing for it. But it's a lot of discipline and hard work to be really good.
And a lot of people expect like someone like Jerry Sadowitz to be a real beast off stage, but off stage I found him to be quite, like, he's very not intimidating at all, but on stage he is.
Yeah, people say that his act is very, very harsh, and he's kind of totally non-PC. But yeah, I thought one nice guy. He helps out a magic shop in London. He kind of helps serve in a shop in Clerkenwell Road. He's a lovely guy off stage. But again, one of the finest card guys in the world. He makes it all look easy, but he's definitely one of the most accomplished magicians in terms of card sleights. He's well respected in all magic circles. He's an amazing magician.
It's a funny thing about him, isn't it? People know him as being like a controversial comedian, but they're not aware that he's actually one of the best magicians out there.
Totally, yeah. His card work is phenomenal. Yeah, he's actually one amazing guy.
And the same with Tommy Cooper, isn't it, as well? He was a really top magician, but people don't really give that as much credit.
Yeah, it kind of it's a bit like Les Dawson playing piano. It's quite hard to make looking bad look good. So again, Tommy was actually quite good, but his act was making it look bad, and it's kind of to make it come across that way. It's quite a skill.
Do you know any insider truth in that? Because I hear some people say that he found it by accident, but some people say that it was very deliberate and planned from the start.
I'm not sure it's planned. I think there are stories about he kind of in his early days, mistakes were made. He was getting last minute, so he kind of, this is working, I'll stick with that. So I'm not sure it's planned from the start. I think he was accomplished, and I think a couple things went wrong, and he was getting big last minute, and he kind of thought, there's some material here. But I think it became a thing. I'm sure it wasn't planned from day one.
And that's the thing with the flop, from what I understand of it, that you get taught in clown school or with Goliath. A lot of people misunderstand, like, when you make mistakes, is that it's all premeditated, you get prepped. A lot of the times when I've done stuff that's been not planned, you've had an idea, but it's gone completely the other way, and that's how it often works. And the bit to recreate that, it's not as simply as just doing it again and again, because it's wooden. So one of the things that I do sometimes with, the swallowing the balloon trick, one of the things that I do with that to make that go wrong is I will put in the bag some ones that will work and some that won't. But I'll never know when it's going to work or when it isn't. So that when I do the trick, it's always going to come across as natural.
Interesting. Yeah, no, a lot of going with which is and comics. If something unplanned gets a laugh, you try and make it work next time, which you say kind of wouldn't. But I think if you're a good actor, which I'm not, if you're a good actor, if something you do gets a hysterical laugh, then you'll try and work it in future. So I'm not sure I want to think of not knowing. I want to be guaranteed it's going to get a laugh or guaranteed it's going to work. But certainly there's things I've done that kind of you won't expect to get a laugh. Oh, that was good. You try and steer it to happen again. Make sure you get that laugh next time.
But the way we try and recreate it is not like just set in stone like you're following a script, but we try and give a bit of leeway for it. So it feels, when we're performing, it doesn't feel like we're doing it from a script, and it feels a bit more natural.
Yeah.
But I find sometimes when I'm seeing, the top comics are incredible performers. Like, they're very sharp, like Lenny Sherman, Jeff Innocent, they can do anything. But when I'm seeing those that aren't quite there yet, some of them are very much wordsmiths, just falling off the paper. And if something doesn't go the way they want, that's it, they're done. If they don't get everything the way they want it set, their act is finished. Yeah,
a lot of the new acts are kind of, they're set on there, they've got their 5-10, which they stick to word by word, whereas a seasoned pro is a couple of, Paul Thorne, Comedy Store. Paul's amazing. You'll see Paul work a room, and he's got a bank of material up there, and if it doesn't work one way, he'll twist it in an angle and go a different direction. And the experienced comics have got so much material up there, they can learn to, and same as a good MC. MC's got bank of material, he'll do some crowd work. If someone says something particularly he's got material about, he'll segue into it beautifully. So I think the more you do, the more experience you are, the more material you got, you can make that, adapt it depending on the crowd. Whereas new acts obviously got less material and less confident. You say that they're set in stone, they must do their 10 exactly as it is, and they can't be off it, they can't adjust it, and that just comes with time and experience.